It's Saturday night, and that means two things. The first, it means that there's a new episode of Saturday Night Live on TV right now, because we stream this pretty late at night on Saturday nights as well. And secondly, you're not watching it because SNL sucks now, and you're watching Your Level Sucks too instead. You got SNL, you got YLS, okay? Different combinations of letters, but only one of them's worth watching. Welcome to Your Level Sucks too. Didn't think I was going to open it with a stab at SNL, but does anybody care? I'm pretty sure, like, the demographic of people who watch Your Level Sucks and the demographic of people who watch SNL, like those modern SNL, those don't overlap. I could sit here all day and say, I'll take anal bum cover for 500, Trebek, and you guys will just fucking just laugh and laugh and laugh and, you know, and say, reveal the, you know, walks over, and it seems you've drawn a picture of me being anally penetrated by a horse. Let the people see my work, Trebek! Right? You know, like, that's, you guys get that, it's funny. So, every time we do Your Level Sucks, usually at least the collection stages, I like to open the stream with something cool from my personal collection of Nintendo things that is more often than not ostensibly Mario related. Sometimes I kind of shoehorn it in, like I'll have an excuse to drink new Coke on this stream, but we're not doing that this week, because this week's cool thing, I keep saying this every time, this one's possibly the coolest thing we've seen so far. I'm trying to think back to things we have seen, but I don't know. But anyways, I actually kind of messed up part of it trying to get it out of storage, and I'm upset about that, because when you see what it is, you'll understand why I'm upset for having damaged it trying to get it for this show. But this week's cool thing is Nintendo Power. Not just any Nintendo Power. The first ever issue of Nintendo Power from, 1988. January, February 1988. That was back, they didn't do it monthly back then, it was semi-monthly, they did it every 2 months. So, this is a complete copy. Complete! Meaning it still has the poster inside of it, and it still has the subscription card, and it still has the entry form for the sweepstakes inside of it. So this, I am not sure I should tell you how much I spent on this, but I will say, you guys remember every time I talk about those stories where I used to buy retro game stuff before everybody knew what kind of value those things had? Yeah, that's when I got this. Like, just the price of just this issue by itself, in the condition it's in, even though I kind of fucked up the spine getting it out for this, just this one issue is as much as what I spent buying this and every other single issue of Nintendo Power up to number 112. So, to give you an idea of how worthless these magazines were seen back in the day, how disposable they were, yeah, I got a lot of them. I mean, I spent a lot of money on it, but I got over 100 issues of Nintendo Power, most of them in condition like this. So, I wanted to show this one off because, of course, on the cover we have Super Mario Bros. 2, also known as Donkey Donkey Picnic. And I always thought it was weird because Mario's wearing his outfit. His outfit used to be a red shirt and blue overalls, and then I think at one point that changed, or it flipped, but he's got a blue hat. Like, this is all kinds of fucked up. It's weird, it's made out of clay, and then there's wart back here. This was such a weird thing to me, because none of this is the Mario that we know. Like, not only is this his old look, he's not running from Bowser. This is wart. It's from Mario Bros. 2, the one that's kind of the runt of the litter. And, you know, this is just a weird thing to see, because of course they're going to lead in with Mario. I mean, they have to. He's their flagship mascot. This was 1988. Super Mario Bros. Was only 3 years old in North America at the time. So they had to put the plumber on the cover. And they went with this, and I always found it was very strange in hindsight. Also, WaveCube is right. The last issue of Nintendo Power recreates this cover, and I think, hang on, let me see if I have a copy of that one too. Let me go check. I do, actually. I have the final issue of Nintendo Power, and he's in the same pose, kind of different. He's not stepping on mushrooms, he's stepping on Goombas, and Wart is, of course, replaced with Bowser, but instead of saying a free sample copy, it says poster inside. And the poster that's inside this issue of Nintendo Power, I haven't taken it out. I don't think I can show it off without having... Well, here's... Nope, it comes out. It doesn't tear out like the old ones. This one, I bought this when I worked at a bookstore. The poster is actually the cover of every single issue of Nintendo Power that was ever published. And I need to frame this. Why haven't I fucking put this on the wall yet? What the hell am I doing? I have no idea. Let's get back to the star of the show here. Let's get back to the star of the show. This, of course, being the first issue. On the back, it's just an advertisement for more Nintendo games that just has all the different box covers and says, choose your next challenge from the most powerful library in the universe. And I'd like to flip through some of the pages and show y'all some of the weird things. Here's some of the actual Nintendo, when you call the helpline, here's the people that you get to talk to. Really, all these people, very, very 80s. And what's very strange is that if you look very closely at the copy of Nintendo Power that they're holding in this picture, it's a mock cover. Because obviously they couldn't be holding this exact magazine when the picture was taken, because how would the picture be in this magazine? Shigeru Miyamoto can work a lot of magic, but he's not a time-traveling demon, okay? That's one of the things that he cannot do. But one thing I really loved about these old magazines, I know there's a lot of videos out there of people on the internet, there's a lot of that talk about old Nintendo Powers, and there's a lot of websites that have high-resolution scans of some of this stuff. I really think you should check it out, because this was really a time before there was easy access to lots of things like box art covers and digital image manipulation and being able to take screenshots, things that we take for granted today. Like, look at the spread for Mario 2. It's a drawing. It's a Japanese drawing, some type of promotional media of some sort, and this is what made it into the magazine. And the pictures of Mario and Luigi and the other characters down here, they're just, you can tell it's a picture off of a CRT television that has been very carefully cut out in, like, Corel Draw or something to get rid of the background, because there was no way to get the sprites just by themselves like there is today. And then you have maps of the stages and pictures of all the enemies, but then you have like this. This is not a poster. This is just a 2-page spread of really nice. It's like it's the whole cast of the game at the Olympics. It's a sports festival, I guess, as you know. Let me raise it up a bit. It's no advertisements. It's just all of these characters showing off, if you pay close attention, showing off everything they're good at. Toad is doing the shot put, he throws everything the farthest. Peach is doing the long jump because she can float. Luigi's doing the pole vault, and Mario is running around the track because he's the good all-rounder. This is fantastic art. Like, how come this hasn't been reprinted? How come Club Nintendo didn't offer, like, a fucking lithograph of this back in the day? Like, this is good stuff. And this was... you think about gaming magazines today, everything is so manufactured. They're like fucking beauty magazines. They're filled with ads, except they don't smell as nice because they don't have a sample of perfume in there. But, obviously this is the reason why you buy Nintendo Power. You got maps of levels from everything in here. But, there's a few other interesting things in here. But one thing that was really popular with Nintendo Power magazines, and one of the things that really drives the values of specific issues up, you might be wondering, like, obviously this one's expensive because it's #1. But then if you go through and you're looking to fill in gaps in your collection, you might be wondering why some magazines are $5 and some magazines are $25. And the reason for that are the posters that are inside, because some of them, again, feature artwork that has never been printed anywhere else, especially Mega Man. So inside the first issue, for some reason, they're really hammering home baseball. I know it's a big thing in Japan. And I guess they were thinking, like, hell yeah, I mean, this is America, you know, nothing's more American than baseball and apple pie. This is a nightmare. First of all, there's a hot dog that's just flying through space up top. That's kind of frightening. Then there's a really big pitcher, and then at the bottom, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a guy down there swinging a bat, right? And the bat is a Twizzler. The fuck kind of base? And then coming out, he's hitting the ball so hard that coming out of the bat is a copy of Bases Loaded by Jelko, Major League Baseball by LJN, shoutouts to Angry Video Game Nerd, and RBI Baseball by Tengen, which is kind of fucked up because if you guys know the story of Tengen, you know that eventually Nintendo did him dirty and Tengen came back as an unlicensed game producer. But then on the back of the poster, there's a big Zelda map, which I think this is cooler. You know, you get that's what sucks though, is if you buy a copy of the magazine that has the poster ripped out, sometimes the back of the poster had more of the game that if you bought these for the walkthroughs, you would be missing the poster and you would be missing all the content on the back of it. So there's a whole special on baseball in here. A lot of pages devoted to it for some stupid reason. They tell you, they broke the news on how to defeat Mike Tyson in Punch-Out. Don't let him bite your ear off. He winks, and that lets you know which way he's going to hit you. They had Howard and Nestor, the comic strip over here featuring Nintendo's own Howard Phillips and Nestor. Howard Phillips introduces himself as president of the Nintendo Fun Club, and then he just introduces Nestor as his good friend. Not son, not brother, not cousin, not nothing. And basically the way it works is that Howard's kind of the straight man, and Nestor is the folly. And it's weird calling Howard the straight man because anyone who wears a bow tie that gay is not straight. Sorry, Howard. Then he had classified information. They gave you the cheat codes and things like that. But where was it? They have a segment on Double Dragon in this issue, where it's just telling you strategies for how to defeat a Bobo and everybody else. But what's something I found really cool? You see this picture of a Lopar right here, holding up that barrel? Well, remember when we opened up those Nintendo Power Game Pack stickers? It's the same art. So, you know, this is one of those rare times where the art was printed a second time. It's the same exact piece. So this was from like an art, maybe from a promotional arcade flyer or something, I'm not sure. But usually, the artwork you see in Nintendo Power in these old issues, this is the only place it was printed. If not, you know, maybe only a couple of other places. Whole 2-page spread devoted to Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Wow, must have sucked to be alive back then. 2 whole pages for these 2 games. That's must have been a slow news day at Nintendo headquarters, huh? Video shorts, you know, this section of the magazine, they would always kind of tell you what's coming up, what games to look for, games that were far enough in development where they could give you pictures, because then if you flip, you know, a few more pages, then they just give you, they had a page like this where it's just a bunch of little boxes that give you blurbs of things like Blaster Master. You guys know Blaster Master. About the only thing we know so far about this game is its name. But from the sound of the title, we expect it to be another high-action game from Sunsoft. That's how they sold you on fucking Blaster Master back in the 80s, okay? All we know about this is the name. But it sounds cool. Thankfully, Blaster Master was actually a good game. Blaster Master 2, I don't think so. But inside every Nintendo Power issue, they always had a giveaway that was called the Player's Poll. And in this case, the only thing they're giving away here is just 10 games of your choice for the grand prize. Otherwise, down here, Howard Phillips will personally give you 1 copy of Mario 2, which he might as well just show up to your house and kick you in the dick. It's kind of the same thing. But the way you would enter these is they had this little questionnaire that's still in the magazine, and it says, how'd you like this issue of Nintendo Power? Do you plan on subscribing? What was your favorite review? And you would fill it out, you'd send it in, and they would use this information to make their magazine better. That's how they did it. And I know Angry Video Game Nerd had a segment about when you get in the backs of these issues where there's like the top 30 lists, and it's like, who the fuck? Maybe it was Mike Matei. He seems like the kind of guy that wouldn't be able to figure it out and put two and two together. These things right here came about from people filling out the cards telling Nintendo what their favorite games were. When you fill out this thing, there's a whole list of eligible games on the back, and you circle a bunch of them. You don't just circle one, you circle like 10, and they count them up. So naturally, Legend of Zelda is going to be at number 1, but if you're wondering how the other games get there, well, it's because maybe a few people circled the Goonies too, okay? That's how it works. It's not rocket science, it's Nintendo science. In these early issues, they actually tried to give you some information about games from around the world. Just like down here in Japan, it says Konami awards the Top Gun title. You know that game where you can't land the plane? 4 finalists launched their mighty F-14 fighters to battle for the coveted Top Gun title in the finale of Konami's Top Gun video game shootout contest. That is one entire proper noun. Actually, no, it turns out this was in America because some guy from Minneapolis got it, and he won $5,000. So, might as well just buy yourself a real F-14. I guess with the cost of inflation, you could have afforded it back then. Here's something they don't do anymore. They used to give you like celebrity gossip right here. Can we get a? This is important. That's Paul Rubens as Pee Wee Herman promoting Big Top Pee Wee on the left, and on the right that's fucking Kirk Cameron. And I don't know what the hell he's talking about, and I don't know. He's just the guy from Growing Pains at this point. That's all they're talking about. But they said his sister Candace Cameron is on Full House. Must have been a slow news day in Nintendo headquarters, but this was always my favorite part. This is the mailbox. They later moved this to the front of the magazine, and they also started including artwork that people would draw on the envelopes or include in their letters and print that in their magazine. And it was really just like, you know, people writing letters to Nintendo Power, sometimes asking for asking questions, or sometimes just giving feedback, or sometimes they were just really nice letters. A certain Christian Chandler was famously featured in an issue of Nintendo Power when he, at the time, he built a whole world in Animal Crossing and sent pictures and a tour to Nintendo, and they printed like 1.5 sentences worth of blurb about it in the mailbox thing. That happened. But you get these things like, you know, here's something written in from, not from one person, but from the Videoizers of Maiden, Massachusetts. My friends and I have a club called the Videoizers. Here are a few suggestions for some other clubs. Try saving up weekly for a new tape every month. They printed that. They didn't edit that to say cartridge. This was back when people still called the fuckers tapes, okay? Even though there's no magnetic tape inside of a Nintendo cartridge. Try saving weekly for a new tape every month. So far, our club has 13 tapes. In our club, we save a few dollars a week for extra money to call the Nintendo hotline. A friendly game counselor kindly helps us out when we have trouble. And then Nintendo responds, hey, great idea, thanks for sharing it with us. Some of these read like Nintendo wrote them themselves. That one does. But I'd like to imagine that there's someone who is now 31 years older than they were back when this was written, saying, man, remember when me and the boys used to get together and we called ourselves the Videoizers and we all made shitty iron-on t-shirts and crap like that, and we saved our money every week to buy a new tape every month. Like, that's got to be somebody's glory days. I hope that's not a fake thing that Nintendo wrote just to pad this out. I hope there's somebody who looks fondly back on the days of the Videoizers, and if by some chance you're if by some chance you're in your 50s or 60s, I don't fucking probably, well, if you're saving allowance money 31 years ago, you're probably in your 40s now. So if by some chance you're watching this, hey, Godspeed. Nintendo always asked you to send in your high scores, sometimes as part of a contest, sometimes not. Howard Phillips is down there pointing saying, hey, you could be on this list if you're pretty good at 1942, of which there's only one entry on the list. That is Joel Head from Morrison, Colorado, with a score of 447,800 points. I could not play that game long enough to score 2,000 points, because if you've played the NES port of 1942, you know what it sounds like, and you play that game on mute. There's also a lot of people, I always found this funny. Over here in the pink section, this whole section is Super Mario Bros. 1, and every single person on this list exploited the game to basically scum their way to 9,999,950 points. With special mention, I should point out, I don't know if I can zoom this all the way in. I don't know if you guys can read the name at the top of that list. But if you cannot, that is Mr. Cliff Bleszinski himself, featured in the first issue of Nintendo Power. That's Cliffy B right there. And then, of course, down here, the video spotlight. This is kind of like the same thing with other... it's almost like the mailbag again, people writing in. This is when people write in and they don't expect a response back. One thing I would like to read to you is talking about the Videoizers. This is a person who I'm pretty sure does exist, and thankfully, he wrote to Nintendo Power with a pseudonym. Our club is called Our club is called the NES Masters. We know right off who our power player is. Oh, this is people writing in telling Nintendo about people they know who are really good at games. That's right. Okay. His name is Ace Ebb. He writes to Nintendo all the time telling them his accomplishments on games. I gotta say, Mr. Ebb is suspiciously absent from the high score tables on the previous pages, but I'll take their word for it. They are the NES Masters after all, and with a nickname like Ace, who could... You think he's lying? Come on. Somebody named Ace Ebb doesn't lie. If your name is Todd Rogers, you're probably lying, but Ace, His hobbies are playing Nintendo games. Period. He has no pets. Instead, he plays Nintendo all day. He beat Metroid in 3 days, Tyson in 5, saved Zelda in 5, and finished Super Mario Bros. In 5. These days, there's people who can beat Super Mario Bros. in 5 minutes. Ace, and I don't think you're on that list. But I do want to say, they included a picture of this motherfucker, okay? Look at this kid down there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's a bona fide pussy slayer right there. Aseb. Complete with the 2 attack owls beside that lamp right there. What the that's something else. And then there's a little note from Howard Phillips himself saying, hope you enjoyed the issue. And he says, P.S. I'm working real hard on Zelda 2. Look for it. It's going to be great. I should pull up Moby Games to see what he did, if anything, but I'm pretty sure Howard Phillips was just like the quality assurance lead for Nintendo, and he was their public face for, you know, testing games, and everyone... Basically, he was like the person that everyone who played Nintendo as a kid looked up to, saying, I want to be that guy when I grow up, except, you know... I don't want to look like I got fired from Enron, which is kind of the look he had. But that's really it. That's the final issue of Nintendo Power, and of course the original subscription card is still in the back. It's a complete whole issue of the magazine. It's one of my personal most prized possessions, just because Nintendo Power was a big deal to me growing up. I didn't have a subscription starting from the first issue. I joined in around the time that the Super Nintendo was... I think the 64 had just come out. So I started my subscription in 1996 when coverage of the SNES was going down and 64 was coming up. And I kept my subscription going pretty much until the GameCube came out, and then I kind of lost interest in it. But I did eventually go back and buy all of the older issues because all the games I cared about were in copies like this. And I don't know, I really like to share this with people. A very, very, very long time ago, I was working on I was a columnist for a variety comedy website, and we always had ideas for projects and things that we could do. And that was about the time that I came into possession of not just this, but everything up to the GameCube to complete my collection of Nintendo Power. And I had this idea. I said, what if we go back? You know, I have all these copies of Nintendo Power, and I own a scanner. So if you guys, you know, we can work out a deal. I'll go back and we'll, you know, scan, you know, like this weird baseball poster, and we'll write jokes about it. We'll write articles about every issue of Nintendo Power and kind of take the piss out of it and kind of laugh at the pop culture time capsule that these things are, like Kirk Cameron being in the magazine for no reason. I think, actually, hang on, before I get too far ahead of myself, where was that? Maybe that was a different issue. Hang on, now I have to know this. Hang on, I'm sorry. Is it in this issue? Hang on. I don't actually know. Oh, man. One sec. If it's here, I'll tell you. One of these... God damn it. Do you guys remember a few weeks ago when I was making jokes about that... The hous. The maze in California that was popular in Japan that they brought over to North America, and it didn't work out, and then it shut down and they burned it down. I learned about it from reading Nintendo Power. So I don't know if it was in this issue or not. It must have been in the second one. It must have been one of those, sorry, it must have been one of those really early ones. Anyways, the story I was saying is I was like, we could go through and make scans of this and write about goofy shit from these magazines. People will like this. It'll be cool. This was back in 2008 when I was pitching this idea. I'm like, this is a cool thing. People will give a shit about this. It's funny. We'll call the column Nintendo Powerless. And I can do a graphic thing and make it look like this, but just make it say Powerless on the bottom in the same font. It'll work. It'll be funny. And it didn't work out. We didn't get the advance worked out. The payment, the money wasn't right. They turned the idea down. I eventually wanted to try to go solo with it, but I didn't have the resources or anything to do that. I don't have the knowledge. I don't know how to do website shit. I just write. I write jokes. And 11 years later, with how pervasive retro gaming has become in our culture, I was right. I was right. But anyways, it doesn't matter though, because I've got my Nintendo Power. I'm playing with Power, and I just like to look through these sometimes. Just every once in a while, pull a random one off the shelf and just go through and read about what was in, you know, what was in back then. One thing I do want to point out before we do this, and the contest thing, up here in the top, you always had Howard. He was always the voice of reason, and Esther was a little piece of shit. So Howard says, anyone can win. Send in your entry today. And then Nestor is going like this. He's like, I'll send mine in tomorrow. Yeah, you little shit. Well, guess what? You didn't win. Howard said do it now. And you waited, you snoozed, you losed. And you know what your legacy is, Nestor? Nestor's funky fucking bowling on the Virtual Boy. That's it. That's the only evidence that you ever existed, asshole. Enjoy your irrelevancy. I've been talking an awful lot about that. Like I said, I really get into that. Necro the Embryon, thank you for the follow earlier. I know you mentioned it's nice being able to catch me live. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead. Tell you what, I got my notepad ready, and then since I'm wearing a hoodie today, I've actually got the Kickstarter pen in the pocket. So. Episode 13. 13. Damn, we're already up there. Got that ready. And then, of course, the most important part. This signifies that we are now snicking. Remember that? Oh my god. Remember Snick on Nickelodeon, Saturday Night Nick? Remember when the fucking couch would appear, and then the thing they'd play before the programming block said, "You are now snicking." That was the... Holy shit. And you want to talk about things that are pushing 30 years old. What was that, like 3 trees? That looks like the thing we picked up playing the game last night. The little voodoo doll. What are the controls for this game again? It's been a week. Yeah, I knew. It's a 3D world stage. There's gonna be a cat in a tree. There's a. Right, except for this guy's fat ass. Oh no! I was about to make a joke about, of course, there's a cat being in a tree because he's a fucking cat in a tree. But you know, oh shit. It's all going pear-shaped. We're not getting any of the keys because the guy that made this level is stupid as hell. I'm not going in that pipe. I'm not coming out of that pipe. Oh, I may have just fucked myself. Hang on. Wait. You'll put a cat power up in every single fucking tree except for these two. Are you for real? Go away, Bowser. No one likes you. That's okay. I don't think I could have climbed the wall anyways. Bowser, come back. Bowser, come back. We got a show to do, Bowser. You know, in a parallel dimension, Wart took your place permanently, so just count your blessings, okay? And considering that you wound up taking a weird career turn dressing up like a cat, I kind of feel like they probably should have replaced you with Wart in the end, so... Finally, thank you. That's like half the show over and done with right there. Thanks for letting me climb the flagpole, asshole. That's right, I need to make a counter for the number of Japanese stages we have, because those become hard to keep track of. That's great. That's like a whole paragraph, and it's also tagged as oh, it's one of these. Well, we're not getting Builder Mario. I tell you what. I got a feeling we're gonna get a star run. Just go down the pipe. Can we not? Okay. So you can potentially pick something that's not a starting position. I'm fucking dead. That's great. It's a good quality game right there. Okay, let's take the Builder Mario route. I was kind of hoping that maybe like it would give me that power up if I went down in there. That's what I was thinking was gonna happen, but no, it's just a bad stage. And this is only advantageous if you come down here when the P-switch isn't on. Because otherwise it's a pain in the ass. Am I supposed to go up top? Okay, no, good, thanks. Oh, maybe one of those pipes spit me out at the bottom so I don't get my instant one-up, you know, because the pipe just shits you out. It's just like the pipe is just like somebody just spreading their butt cheeks right on top of there, and Mario's like, oh, stop pooping me out, get the one-up. You guys, this is the 13th collection that we've done in the second season of this show, so we're at the point where I'm just, we're grasping at straws to make things sound funny here, okay? That is a poop joke, that's toilet humor, that I gotta appeal to the fucking 5-year-olds that watch this show. You know, the parents that say, here's the phone, here, watch your toy channels. Dude, I'm not gonna be a parent. I'll let YouTube raise you. What the hell could possibly go wrong? It's another multiplayer versus stage. That's what it is. Another one. I feel like DJ Khaled here. Another one. Another one. Okay, well the good news is, we get the big helmet, we get the fire flower, we get the big Yoshi. Now, here's the question. Red, green, or blue? Tell you what. I'm gonna go to the bottom pipe. Because again, this is a psychological thing. They're expecting me to pick one of the top ones. Red Mario, red hat, red Yoshi, red pipe, and then I'm gonna get fucked. And they're gonna say no, they're gonna go on the blue one. I got it, okay? Look at that. You didn't think I had it, but I did. And it's another one of these. It's another one of those. It's great. Oh, and there's another Bowser over there too. He has a neighbor. I guess this is the multiplayer. Oh, they all sent you to the same place. It was just whoever, you just pick a pipe. So what happens to player 4? Does player 4 just stay at the beginning of the stage with his thumb up his ass because there's only 3 pipes and only 3 Bowsers? You got 2 people that tag team Bowser at the same time? That's not fair. What about the asshole that takes the the 1 pipe on his own? Okay, here's the reason why there's 3 pipes. There's only 3 pipes and there's only 3 Bowsers because statistically somebody's gonna load this stage and say, "Fuck this bullshit," and they're gonna quit. Regardless of what it does to their rank, they're gonna say, "I hate this game, I hate every single course, I hate everybody who's ever made a course for Super Mario Maker, I'm never playing this game again, I'm not just gonna take the cartridge out and lick it to see if it tastes bad, I'm gonna crunch it up, I'm gonna chew the motherfucker up, and I'm gonna swallow it and turn that shit into shit of my own, and I'm never playing it again." And then they quit the match, and then that's only 3 pipes. It's just all we're getting. It's all we're getting. In previous streams, previous shows, thanks for the cat power-ups. We got enough of those. We're good to go on that. Mario's got enough fursuits to last at least 2 different Anthrocons. And we're done. Great. That's good. Earlier I joked, I said the reason why we get so many Japanese stages is because nobody in North America gives a shit about this game anymore because Nintendo released it and forgot about it. That's the end of that story. So the new levels that are being submitted that are still being worked through the pipeline, they're all from Japan, which is the reason why we see a higher majority of those. And so far we've only seen Japanese stages. There we go. Bowser Ultimate Fight. You guys guessed the clear condition there? All 1 Bowser. Defeat him. Take him out. It's the ultimate Bowser fight. You want to ride the platform, or do you want to get a Fire Flower and the Guy Fieri car that lets you spit 3 fireballs at a time? I'm like the final boss of Super Mario Land. Hope you're ready to die, Bowser, because I shoot 3 fucking balls at the... Where are you? Is he up? Bowser? Is he in here? Oh! Oh! Well, we know what that's for. That's for when the guy is like, "My level's too hard. I'm gonna hide a star up in the top of the..." Okay, so these are all just stars. There's Bowser. He starts on top. There we go. Yeah, that was, hang on. GTA Mario Edition. That was... Can we beat the fireball there to the exit? It's neck and neck, you guys. It's neck and neck. That was pathetic. That was ultimate nothing. You didn't even fill in the floor at the bottom. You just drew a straight line. You didn't even put blocks on the bottom to give the illusion that there's ground there. It's like fighting on a... Whatever. It's like fighting on a giant plank. It's like a 2x4. Did you get hit by one? Is that why you're so stupid and you made this stage? There we go. I can't read any of that. Got a Star Runner, though. Gotta get through the doors. Do I even need this? No, you tried to stomp me. Guess what? You played yourself. Oh, did I play myself by letting the star? I did. By letting the star. Actually, I didn't, because I don't have to fight Bowser at all. There's no obligation whatsoever. It's like calling for a free brochure. When you want to major in business management or accounting, call now for your free brochure. No obligation. Just like that Bowser. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this guy. Knows how to count. Except the name is 9910, so I might want to renege on that one. So we get the propeller cap. You fly. Oh, you thought I missed that jump there for a second, didn't you? Yeah. You don't have to do this anymore because the bridge comes with it. So you don't got to put platforms on top of the bridge. What, are you just practicing how the propeller cap works? You know you can do that. You can make a stage and not post it, right? If you're like, oh, what does the propeller cap do? Let me draw some blocks down in CourseBot and say, oh, okay, that's what it does. Oh, check it out. If you push the trigger button too, he goes, woo, like that. You don't have to take that and post it, okay? No one's making you. You don't have, just because you got 64 slots to fill doesn't mean you have to fill 64 slots, okay? Speedrun. I know a thing or two about that. Maybe. Gotta go fast. We only got 30 seconds on the clock. It's like a double dare physical challenge here. I'm just waiting for the slime pit. We gotta find the. Gotta dig through the boogers to find the flag. I'm not going to. Oh, hang on. Guess we're gonna go in the Mario bong. This is gonna fuck me because they're gonna expect me to have gone in this one. I fucking knew it! God damn it, I could get inside these people's heads so fucking easily every single time, and it's always like 1 second too late. I'm dead. You know what? You know what? I'm not dead. I'm not. No, don't. Oh, that's not where the minus button is on this anymore. I just took a screenshot of me losing. Coin Rush by Dino Dude 24. It sounds like my kind of guy, actually. What do you know about dinosaurs? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. There's pink coins in here somewhere. Did you hide something right here? Or did you just forget to draw a coin there and you didn't go back and fill it in because you just who cares about doing good work? Why'd you give me the it gave me the key and it pitched it because there's no key door on the great. Okay. I mean, I know the exit's right there, but I was thinking maybe if I went through the coin rush and I got the key, then maybe there'd be a door and there'd be a million one-ups in there too. Because the guy has already demonstrated he's totally fine with putting a million fucking coins in a stage, right? My hat keeps falling. I should have bought that new hat when I was at the GameStop, and I didn't because I felt bad. I felt bad for a hat. I'm like, I can't replace the Your Level Sucks hat. Maybe for Season 3, right? If there's a Mario Maker 3, we'll come back. I'll be even older. We'll get even less views. I'll get a new hat. That'll be the thing, right? You know what? It'll almost be like, you know, when celebrities get like a facelift and like fucking like Sylvester Stallone injects so much Botox into his face that he winds up looking like the dummy from Goosebumps, like, you know, like that. Whenever, like, you know what I'm talking about. That's gonna be the evolution of this show. With every new iteration of Mario Maker, I'm gonna get a better hat, right? This is going to continue to deteriorate at the rate at which it has been, which has been accelerating, but this is gonna look nicer every time. Let's go back to Japan. Let's go let's fly across the pond. Well, there's a hammer hidden here somewhere. Somewhere there's a Builder Mario. And I guess this is a multiplayer course where one of us is supposed. There it is. Last place I would have checked. You fucking dick. So this is a multiplayer course where whoever's playing. Oh, and the flag is right here too. There's actually no stage. We can just touch the flagpole right there. I thought maybe there was something beyond that, but fuck me, right? So this is the course that, if you're playing as, what, Toadette or Blue Toad or whatever, whoever's last in line is basically in the best... No, it's not whoever's last in line. It's whoever's right in front of them. Because if everybody jumps at the same time, that person's going to hit the block, and the person next to them is going to be able to jump up and get the hammer suit, and then everybody else loses because this level's crap. Wrigglevator? That sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Look what you got here, buddy. Oh, the purple's coming up. Is it gonna go back down? You know what? Fuck it. Where's it? Okay. I guess that's what I get for making fun of your name, huh? The hell is this? Oh! Oh, it's a... Okay, this is the Wrigglevator. It's... You... They're called Wigglers. You can just open the menu and read that. That's their name. It's right there, in the menu. You can look at it at any time. Did I also just fuck myself? Was I not supposed to do that? Let's go back. So we just stand on. This is it. This is the entirety of the stage. You had the purple stuff. And you had the Sunny D. Are you expecting me to jump and go right and just keep going? Is this? This is why vertical stages were a bad idea. No, but there's no reason to build a stage that's this tall. Okay? We should have learned our lesson from that fucking elevator stage from Donkey Kong 2 or whatever. That was awful. And the snake one after it. The one where you had, not the snake one, the one where you played as the snake, the parrot, and the spider to avoid the green goo that was going up. We should have learned from both of those levels that don't build a stage that's 50 stories fucking high, okay? Because what's going to happen is that at some point someone's going to want to jump off from the top of that, because that's what I want to do right now. You think I'm throwing a fit because Dragon Hopper never came out on Virtual Boy? No, but we did get Dennis Hopper in the Waterworld game, so I mean, it's kind of, you know, meet me halfway. And he played Koopa. Easy Waterworld. We were just talking about Dennis Hopper. What the fuck? Are you listening? You listening? Hang on, we gotta get the red Yoshi. I like green Yoshi. Hang on, we gotta... Okay, there we go. But red Yoshi shoots the fire. Excuse me. Oh, whoops. Hang on, wait a minute. How do I get that? Why is that key down there? Since when can you put a key in the wall? You can't do that. You can't do that on Mario Maker. Oh, these are just... Yep, okay, didn't want any of them anyways. Hey, we got Boom Boom. Now it's a Mario stage. The Mad Lad. And he has a key, so that's the only reason... Oh, there we go, see? I was gonna try to jump up on top of here thinking I could be coy with the Yoshi, but, you know, it's not that simple. We got Bowser, too. We got a Bowser. We got a lot of pipes. We have a lot of nothing is what we've got. Nope. Okay, and the flag. So, I'm thinking maybe those, the green pipe and the blue pipe is, just a test, because it's to see if you can't think more than one step ahead in a chain of events and you just go down the pipe, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of bullshit down there. There's a whole underground section that I'm sure is absolute trash, and then you come back up at the second pipe, and then you just keep walking right, not knowing that you could have just skipped the entire section if you just fucking used your brain for like a second. Easy water world. As opposed to the hard water world, which, if that's the case, you need to call the Culligan man, have him come check out your pipes and install a water softener. Like I said, this is the 13th collection of the second season of the show. Running low on things to joke about. That was a fucking Culligan water softener joke, okay? Not sponsored content, by the way. Never used a Culligan anything, actually. Seen the trucks? Never used one. There we go, Mario Craft 3. That just sounds... I know exactly what you're trying to do, and it sucks, okay? That's a bed. That's a bed. Instead of putting something red down, right? You did this. You could have put down the red spike block with the spikes retracted, no on-off blocks, and then put 4 sets of clouds there. You would have had a bed, and it would have looked like a Minecraft bed because it's square. But instead, you put a timing block here, so now Mario has a bed whose headboard just randomly disappears. Don't think they got those in Minecraft. This is gonna kill me. I fucking knew it. Fuck, that's what I get for trying, though, right? You know, I figured some guy makes a Minecraft-themed Mario 3D World stage. They gotta be dumb enough to just let you jump to the ending, right? You can't fault me for that logic. You know, I'm gonna take this. You never know. Yeah, it's Minecraft, alright. More like Minecraft. You know what's very strange is that I'm old enough to remember when Minecraft was cool, when Minecraft wasn't cool, and apparently now it's cool again, but to me it was never cool, so whatever. You guys are all dumb. And so is the person that made this stage, okay? Also, Mario Craft... Oh, God, nuh-uh! Just give him, that's right, you just spray painting a turd there, huh? That could be Mario Kart 3, but in Japanese. We don't even know. We don't even know. Could be anything. I mean, it might as well be, goddammit. Set this whole thing off. Burn this mother down. Thanks. Yeah, okay. Saw that one coming. So it kind of is basically the same okay, hang on, hang on. Is this gonna take us to a bunch of crap to do? I don't want to do more of this shit. Can we just go straight down and just go to the next? I was gonna try to jump underneath. You guys saw me. You guys saw me doing it. Oh, okay. There's just nothing down here. You scared me. Okay. Connect your pipes to something. Stretch them off the side of the screen if you have to. At least just give me the implication that there's something there. Okay. Who puts a block halfway up a flagpole too? Is that so that you can never fly it at half mast? It's like we don't respect jack shit at this place. Okay. And I know you don't because you just filled a stage with POW blocks. Try to focus. That's what I've been doing my whole life. Without landing after leaving the ground, too. Okay. Well, it's one of these stages. I'm pretty sure if... Oh. Well, we're gonna die. I wasn't certain if running across the gap would fuck me. So, I didn't want to chance it. I waited for the lights and then I got fucked. Okay, so this is, that's all we have to do. What, tell me again, what is there that I need to focus on aside from just holding right and Y on the controller? Anything? I thought that said Exodia at first, but then I realized it's just Japanese. Hey Yoshi, we're getting a lot of Yoshis this week. I'm having a good time, okay? This is, look at this, coin bukake pipes. This is the life right here. I feel like this might be a trap. It's not, because you know what? It's all good. Everything's good. We're gonna, Yoshi, come on. We're gonna jump. We're gonna flutter. We're gonna get to the top of that flagpole, okay? We're gonna have a good day. Didn't have to bust out my AK. I don't know the rest of that song. That's all I know. Guerre. No, wait, no, that's not the Spanish one. That's a French flag. That's crap. But that means battle or something, right? I'm just gonna go down here. I ain't gonna worry about it. Hopefully this lets us skip the whole thing. I don't like anything that I'm looking at. Oh, no, but we got, that's it. That's the only red coin in the stage. That's all we got. I was promised a... I'm not gonna go in there. I'm not gonna be able to get out. Unless... You dumb asshole. Fuck you, Bowser. I didn't even have to do that. I just did that because I felt like being a dick. Man, we were playing through this stage. This stage is the one, like, we played this and I was like, oh, Dios mío. Because I saw it looked like crap. The stage loads in, there's all these guys on parachutes, I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. And then we go in the pipe, I'm like, okay, maybe we'll cut across. Then we come up, and I see the key door, and I see there's a red coin there, I'm like, motherfucker. And then there's the trampolines to the left, and then you could jump through, and the guys are throwing the hammers, I'm like, ah, it sucks. But there's only one coin to get. And you don't even have to fight Bowser. I could have run underneath him, but even if you wanted to fight him, there's a star. This level was so lazily put together that I don't even think I can't even form a coherent thought. 66 by Carter Cox. You can only get 64 stages, Carter. What are you doing? What kind of... Oh, fuck off. I hate it already. I hate this and the other 65 stages you've potentially made. Yep, didn't see that one coming. You wanna know why? Because it's fucking dark. Thankfully, it's the end of the stage. I figured it couldn't be that bad if the course is being filed under easy, but I stand by my claim that there is not a single good stage that uses the spot shadow in this game. None of them. Even the official ones by Nintendo from Story Mode or whatever it was, absolutely none of them. Even the stage that I made that was based off of Cosmic Spacehead, there are no stages that use that feature that are good. The only thing that's good for is you could make a penis with the flag at the end, okay? And not even, you can't even do it in Mario 3. That's Orkyborg says that's the saving grace because he likes Mario 3, but you can't even make the glow-in-the-dark dick if you do Mario 3. So there's no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Yeah, look at that. What did you put boobies in the title? You trying to make this one exciting? There's a square root sign in there because I know you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So we got to get at least 50 coins. We've already got 30 of them just right off the bat. Tell you what, there's the others. We got all 50. One for every United State. Leaving out Puerto Rico as always. I feel like you tried to draw something and I don't even care what it is. I looked at it. It looked like you drew a Goomba taking a dump, okay? And then you just scribbled some coins elsewhere in the stage. Doesn't matter. I was in the middle of making an elaborate joke about how many states there are in the United States, and guess what? Your stage was too fucking short for me to come up with anything else. we're having a conversation over whether it's better to shit in the box and send that to a medical professional or to have a camera shoved up your ass. You know, I don't know about that one. I think I might have to go with if I had to pick, I might have to go with the box. I'm gonna go with the box. I'll take the box. Red snapper, very tasty. You had to bring it with you to your dock. You didn't just. Oh man, that's. Then again, though, I think it's also kind of fucked up that you put it in the mail, right? Because then, like, other people who just fucking hate their jobs, like the type of people who literally do go crazy and shoot up their workplaces. That's why it's called going postal. Like, they have to handle a box filled with like poop in it, and they don't even know. They don't. That would be the kind of thing that would make me snap. You know what I mean? Like, if something happened and the UPS truck fucked up, or the guys that loaded the boxes, like somebody orders some heavy shit from Amazon, they order 50 pounds of lead because they get free shipping, and it falls on your box of crap in my UPS truck. Like, I'm gonna drive that truck off a fucking cliff, okay? Necro, holy shit, watching this on Twitch and on YouTube is such a huge difference. Here we go. Another Japanese course. And that's a 3D World Japanese course, so it's probably just gonna be bad. I love being right. What'd you do there? You did something funny. You smashed all the guys down so that their animations overlap, and now they're just shitting sparks out left and right. It's like the excuse that the kid from Problem Child gave to burn down his bedroom filled with clown shit. You guys remember that movie? Problem Child? It was a fucking hilarious movie, okay? About this little redheaded brat who just ruins everyone's lives, okay? It's great. And then they made like 2 sequels, and in one of them, he meets up with a little bitch of a girl and gets invited to her birthday party and throws all of her presents in the fucking pool. That's hilarious, okay? I wouldn't want that to be my kid because I'd smack the little fucker, but seeing it in a movie context, that's funny to me. The Ghost Hoss 2. Short and sweet. Yeah, it better be. Better be. I don't got time for this 3D World shit, okay? I can't wait for the geriatric Mario World games where he installs a stair lift. And don't. Oh fucking hell! I almost fell down a 1-block gap hole. This is the ghost house, you guys. This is the spooky. And we're done. Okay. You get the fire flower. You get rid of the guys on the carpet. You say, hey, take your shoes off before stepping on that carpet. Okay, that's expensive shit. Came from China, right? That's silk. And then you turn into the cat and you climb up the pole. You're done. Simple as that. Ghost House 2. I'd hate to see Ghost House 1. I was thinking about playing Dead or Alive Extreme 2 on stream, but I feel like that might be one of the games you get in trouble for playing on Twitch. I just think it would be funny to go back and play that. and it's been out for so long that was such a controversial game, and there's not even any nipples in it. It's just women in bikinis gambling and playing a decent rendition of virtual volleyball. And then you can also, you know, make them jump across floating cubes in a pool. And you can take pictures of them. And where are you going to get them developed? I don't know. Is that on the list of games you can't stream on Twitch? Hang on. There is a list of prohibited games. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's read this article. It's a help page. It's a dedicated help page on Twitch. These are, okay. Games are restricted based on 2 criteria. It's rated AO, which I don't think anything is. In a game, the game violates the community guidelines that apply to hate speech, sex, nudity, gratuitous gore, or extreme violence. Okay. And then the list of prohibited games on Twitch. You guys ready for this? 3D X-Chat, Artificial Girl 1, 2, and 3, the whole trilogy. Can't play that one. Artificial Academy 1 and 2. Battle Rape. BMX Triple X. That was like a PS1, PS2 game. Cobra Club. That sounds fun. I don't know what that one is. That one sounds alright. Criminal Girls. Dramatical Murder. Dramatical, that's not a word. Hang on. No, dramatical. Okay, so I guess it is. I guess dramatical is in the dictionary. I learned something new. Here's the game you can't play: Ethnic Cleansing. I don't think you can play that one in real life either. Genital Jousting. Can't play that one. Grezzo 1 and 2. Harem Party. House Party. Honeycam Studio. Honey Pop. Oh, that game's on Twitch. Not Twitch, Steam, I mean. You can't, no, that's weird. Kamidori, Alchemy Meister, Negligee, Porno Studio Tycoon, Purin Ohuro, I don't know, it's gotta be some anime thing, Purino, Party, or I guess that's be, Purino, not Purino as in the dog food. Unless that'd be a real fucked up game if that's what it was. Like, oh yeah, spread that Alpo. I don't. Radiator 2. Can't play that one. I don't know about the first Radiator. That one's fine. Rape Lay. Okay. Rinse and Repeat. Sakura Angels. Sakura Beach 1 and 2. Sakura Dungeon. Sakura Fantasy. Sakura Santa. Sakura Spirit. Sakura Swim Club. Basically, if the game has got Sakura in the name, don't even chance it, okay? Card Captors, keep that, It's Card Captor Sakura. Next one, Second Life. I did not know you could not stream Second Life on Twitch. That's fucking hilarious. Next game, Suck My Dick or Die. What game is that? That's not... The next one, The Guy Game. That game actually contains footage of somebody who is not 18 years old. That's its own problem. The Maiden Rape Assault. Violent Semen Inferno. Who makes a game and names it that? What is that game? What the fuck is that game for real? Violent Semen Inferno. Anyways, you can't play a game called What's Under Your Blanket. I think that one's also on Steam. It's a game where you try to jerk off and not get caught, I think. That sounds creepy. Witch Trainer. Not witch as in which one. Witch as in burn her, she's a witch. And Yandere Simulator? I don't know what that one is either. But you can't play any of those on Twitch. Does not include Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball 2, though. So looks like we're in the clear on that one. There we go. 3D World and Japanese. That's the theme of tonight. That's like 50% of the stages we're getting. God damn it! It's raining stars. It's the end of the world. This is what it looked like when the dinosaurs died. Every single star ran out of the sky and crashed into the earth, and that's what killed all the dinosaurs. True story. I played 3D Dinosaur Adventure. That's how I learned about that. 16. 16. There's something I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of something funny to say that involves the number 16, and all that's coming to mind right now is that scene from Dragon Ball Z where Android 16 tries to do some shit to Cell, and he just like fucking rips his head off or something, and then he's just a talking head for the rest of the until. No, well, okay, fuck. The level's over. Fuck it. This level was fucking stupid. There was lava and one fish, so good job on that one. No. Android 16, he sacrifices himself to try to defeat Cell by giving him a big-ass bear hug and then self-destructing. And that leaves only his head behind that's talking, because he used to be a bad guy, then he had to change a heart, and then at one point, Cell just straight up steps on the dude's head, gives him a curb stomp. And I'm like, that's one bad son of a bitch right there. Anyways, there's your... That's 16, okay? 16. Giant dinosaurs with cars. That's a weird fetish. I think you're thinking of the ones of dragons fucking cars. That's what you're thinking of. That's a thing. That was somebody's... I don't know about that one. I remember the original artwork that was done for that. It was drawn really well with like either really high quality colored pencils or something. It was done on traditional artwork and then scanned. It wasn't digital. And I think Something Awful or 4chan or Portal of Evil or one of those websites that was big into like mocking web culture back in the turn of the millennium found that and made it a meme, and now to this day it's like a novelty category of pornography is dragons fucking cars, which is funny to me, but I kind of feel bad for the guy that... Maybe I don't feel bad for the guy that drew those pictures, because that's weird, okay? That is weird. I know you really like that Dodge Viper, but I don't know why you gotta have a dragon putting his wiener in the tailpipe. That doesn't even seem like it would feel good. Okay? 'Cause that's a tailpipe. That's like where the exhaust comes out. I mean, I know what that's an allegory for. I know what that's a euphemism for. But I'm thinking like that's bare metal. Okay? That's like fucking a soup can. You think I'm gonna do that? No! No! Here we go. What does that say? It's a 620. You know why they call it that? When you do a 620 and you walk away. I'm doing this. I'm fixing to do a 620 and walk away. Beautiful, beautiful. This is like that pit stop stage where you drop in and it drops. Remember that crap and then gave all the mushrooms? You don't need a pit stop on easy, okay? That ain't how it works. If you're playing through easy mode and you don't have 99 lives, maybe Mario's just not your thing, okay? Airship number 2. It's good. Is it going to be the title screen airship stage? No. No. It's gonna be this. I like the windows on that. How does that work? What does the inside of that place look like? I can't see where the fuck I'm going. I'm just gonna run. Okay. I figured there's not gonna be a gap in the floor. Like, this person doesn't seem like the type of guy who knows that you can do that. Like, oh, you can do that in the floor? You can put a hole in the floor? That's too hard. I don't want to do that. I have to beat this stage so I can submit it. I mean, that's the same reason why we've got a propeller cap to fight Bowser Jr. here, right? And we're not actually doing it the old-fashioned way, where you grab his shells and then throw them back at him, right? Because, see, I just got hit right there. That's too hard. You can't do that. You gotta have the propeller cap so you can jump on his ass from up top. This entire game is just an exercise. It's a tour of seeing people indirectly complain about how hard something is. CA Speedrun. Right and why. It's great. Is it trying to play music? I can't hear it. This is just a wall of sound. It's a wall of noise, actually. Great. Yeah, you found that menu where you can change the music to ones that aren't very useful. Great. How have we've scored 16 million points total in this game mode. At what point does Nintendo send me a free t-shirt or something? Don't fall. Yeah, don't die, don't move, don't... whatever. Lot of don'ts in this game. Don't fall off the clouds, it's so hard. It's only 30 seconds to do this stage. Don't fall off, don't fuck it up, Mario. Don't fuck it up, Mario, don't fall. Time's ticking. Where's the... okay, the flag's down here. But you know what? If I did fall, it wouldn't even matter anyways, because you know why? The person who made this stage is a fucking idiot, and they did fall. And they fell down there and was like... and so they put some enemies and a bunch of stars down there so that they can get their one-ups back. What was that noise? I don't know. I just did that. That's some kid who's not getting their way, okay? That's some kid who gets their way enough times that their parents buy them a Switch to shut them the hell up, but didn't get their way when they were trying to play their game. That's exactly what that sound was. Make that one a bit alert. Hey, reach the goal without taking damage. Okay. You're not, cause this is gonna be one of those ones where they just don't give you any power-ups. Oh, whoops. Shit. I thought those were the bouncy ones. I wasn't paying attention. I had to turn the level code sensor off, too. Hang on, let's... there we go. Alright. Is that how you do it? That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's how it's done.
Time.
Without taking damage on what? Without accidentally fucking shitting myself to death because your level's so bad? Without suffering a migraine because I can't believe that crap like this is just all that exists? We don't even... it's not like you guys are watching this show live. It's not like I'm intentionally only... I mean, when it goes on YouTube, we only feature the bad stages, but it's basically the whole fucking stream. All the stuff that gets cut out is the part where I'm talking about the fucking hentai games you can't stream on Twitch. And that's probably gonna make it into the show because that was fucking comedy gold right there. Every single stage is some iteration of this crap. Every single one. All of them. All of them. Every single one. You say, oh, you're just being negative, Draco. Why don't you focus on the good stages? What good stages? We get like maybe 3 every time we do the show, and I'm like, I don't hate this one. This one's actually put together really well. And then we get like 3 that are title screen stages, which are just good by default because, I mean, well, not good. They're not bad by default because they're Nintendo stages. They're okay. 4. Another 3D fucking Japanese stage. Come on. Oh, there's a P-switch down there. If we touch that, we're fucked. What is this garbage? What the f- I feel like that level could have disappeared at any time because somebody was gonna hit the fucking nuclear button. Thankfully that never happened, but there's a lot of Monka-S moments in that, but just filled with trash. Just a bunch of bouncing springs. That's all you got. That's all you got. That's how this collection of Your Level Sucks 2 ends this week. Not with a bang, but with a whimper and a wet fart that you gotta check your pants with afterwards. Geriatric man is upset at children's video game. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm in my 30s now. I am we're nearing that part where it's not acceptable for me to do this show. But don't worry, we still got about a decade before that happens. We get to enter the part where I just kind of stop telling people my age, like when I'm in my mid to late 30s. We don't talk about it, and then by the time I'm 40, I'm like, okay, time to hang that up, and we're done. So that's how it's gonna happen. I grew up, even though I was born in '88, I still kind of had exposure to all those things. Maybe not so much the culture, the society aspect, because I wasn't alive back then, but hell, I still watched the same cartoons, had a lot of the same toys, because I had the hand-me-downs from my older cousins, so I still kind of had that same 80s experience, and I'm glad that I did. And then, unfortunately, it did overlap a little bit into the 90s, but, you know, we just kind of stitched them together, and this is what you get. So, it was a good time to be alive for video games. I think it was a good time to be alive in general, because you guys know how I am. regarding my feelings toward the internet and social media and shit like that. I hate the internet. I do. But without it, I wouldn't have any of you guys as like my friends. I wouldn't know any of you. And that's I feel like my life is better because of the internet, because I've been able to meet people like you, and there's so many fantastic people that watch this on Twitch that might not participate in the chat. They'll catch the stream afterwards. They watch the video on demand version, or they watch the YouTube upload and stuff like that. And that's special to me. But at the same time, I fucking hate the internet because it has ruined some aspects of my life. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that, especially in the context of like social media and living online and having a social life, a very public social life on the internet, where there's just a lot of shitty people out there. And I would know because I used to be one until I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wear a Mario hat and make fun of bad stages, and that's going to be my thing, and I'm going to be a genuine person. But there's a lot of people out there that haven't made that life choice yet, and that frightens me. So I don't like the internet. I hang out on Twitch, and I post on YouTube, and that's the only places that you're ever going to find me. So that's how it is. Anyways, I don't mean to say stuff that's like a downer like that. I mean, that's just my opinion. So whenever I say, like, I hope nothing I do ever goes viral, it's because I don't like the peanut gallery. I don't like the thought of that. I don't like the thought of strangers, of just awful people who don't get me, who just see me as, I don't know. I worry about stuff like that, because I come here to relax and to play bad games and to speedrun stuff. Like next week we're doing a charity event for Extra Life. That's all I want to do. I just want to have a good time, and I just kind of want to be left to my own devices. And I'm glad that there are just, like right now, I can see that on the new dashboard, there's a way to turn it off. I kind of thought about turning it off, but it messes, layout fucks up. There's like 24 people watching right now. That means a lot to me, that it's almost like we're just at a big cafeteria lunch table and we're just all shooting the shit again. I like it. It's fun to me. It's comforting. It's comforting. You guys are I'm very privileged to be able to spend my free evenings with people like you who have made the decision to spend their evening with me. It's a two-way street. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And here I am just shitting on stages for, 3 hours, calling people idiots and stuff, and I'm having this heart-to-heart. But Orky Bork is right. Remember, I don't host this show to think. That's one of my favorite quotes. Thank you so much for coming out to Your Level Sucks 2 this week. I had a blast. We've had a lot of bad stages. We had a lot of Yoshi stages, a lot of Japanese stages. I think I'm onto something with that idea that maybe we're seeing a lot more Japanese stages because the game still has life over there. And since I've introduced the concept of actually keeping a tally here so I don't let this fill up and then realize that there's also 20 Japanese courses to blow out the episode length, there's 14 Japanese stages that would fill out the rest of this piece of paper. So that's a lot. I think we're about 50-50 in terms of English and non-English ones. So that's what I'm keeping on. So thank you for tuning in. I've been your host Draco, and now it's time to be the slightly cooler Draco. Except now my hair is getting in my face, so now's a good time to roll those credits. Roll that beautiful beat footage.